Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another painting tutorial. Spring is almost upon us, but here in Chicago, it's still cold. But I know in some parts of the world, spring is there already or spring is about to begin. But I decided to still paint a flower today. I'll be painting a tulip. And it's not always all the time that I do a tulip flower painting because I'm more into sunflower type of painter. I also paint roses and irises. So this is, I think, one of the first times in quite a while that I'll be doing a tulip flower painting. So we will only be painting one flower. Okay, we will not be doing a bouquet or something like that. And the reason why I love doing single subject paintings is that we focus more on the object rather than the mood of the painting. So I love focusing more on the object because I love doing a little bit of tiny details that we often ignore. We often ignore when we see an object. So yeah, as you can see here, my canvas paper is already backgrounded black. It's actually dark brown. I just used the excess paints that I had. So you can use pure black, whatever you want, as long as it's dark. And we'll be using only a few colors today because we will be painting a white tulip. So we will be backgrounding first the flower with some gray colors, and we will be doing some light play because I just love light play. All right, it just gives the painting or the subject more dimension, and it gives the painting more life, okay, and drama to it. So I'm gonna use titanium or white, black, okay, medium yellow or cadmium yellow, you can use that, or primary yellow, and some sap green. So let's begin now. I might use some burnt sienna later, but that would only be for purposes of toning down the colors. Okay, so I might use that color, but basically those four colors will be used in today's tutorial. And also I'll be using a little bit of pink, okay? I'll be using tiny bit of magenta just for the highlights, but that would be later. I won't be using too much of this color, so don't bother yourself so much about this one. If you don't have magenta, you can simply use your red, your pink, your violet, even just mix it with a little bit of red and white. You get that magenta color. So let's begin now. I'm gonna sketch first the subject and I'll be using straight away my white paint. I haven't really prepared the colors, but because we'll only be using a few colors today, I really don't mind not being too prepared. I only prepared the canvas paper, so I'm gonna use my white. Let's just sketch first the subject so that we know where things are gonna go. Okay, my canvas paper is size 12 by 16. All right, so I love this one. I really hope that you paint along with me. Okay, because I love painting flowers. I'll be linking in the description box below, okay, my floral painting tutorial so that you can choose from among them. Actually, I do have a lot of flower painting tutorials, and I'm just a huge fan of painting flowers. I started back in 2017 with painting flowers. I had a series, be it irises, be it roses. So I just love painting flowers. As you can see here, our flower is more leaning towards the right side because we'll be adding some leaves on the left side. So we don't want to make things unbalanced by occupying too much the center of the flower and then later on adding some leaves on the other side or on one side only. So just to balance things out, we need to move it to the right. All right, so that's basically the shape of the flower. I'll be showing you the division of the petals. All right, this is a very interesting um, angle for a flower. Okay, So it's like you're looking at the flower from the bottom of it. All right. So I'll be getting some more white. Okay. Again, this is not the actual color, but I just want to show you where things are gonna go. This will be painted over later, but this will be the stem, okay, of the flower. This will be where the stem is. Okay. Just like that. Very, very interesting. And then we'll be adding some. It's actually minimal. This subject, this painting will be really, really minimal. And I'm a fan, actually, of minimalism. Okay, when it comes to paintings, I don't want a too busy painting because uh, it just doesn't appeal to me, you know? I don't like that paintings. I mean, those paintings that are too busy, especially like with people. I just don't appreciate those kind of paintings. I mean, I sometimes I can like them, but not all the time. I mean, usually I don't really like those paintings. Okay, so I would like to make my flower a little bigger because I really want to emphasize the details. So I'm gonna make it a little more big. Okay, just like that. Okay, all right. Mhm. All right, so now I'm gonna switch to a much bigger brush and let's get some gray color. So I'm gonna mix my white. I really haven't prepared my colors. So I'm gonna get my black and my sap green because we'll be underpainting now the flower. So I'm gonna get my white and black to make some gray color. Again, this will be the underpainting for the the tulip flower. So I'm gonna gray it. You may choose not to underpaint it, but I actually like how underpainting, okay, I'm gonna make some adjustment, a little bit of adjustment right there. How underpainting really makes your painting more dimensional and more solid in color. Okay. So it's really up to you. You know, in the past I wouldn't really bother myself underpainting or underpainting my paintings simply because I feel like it's such a waste of time. But when I tried underpainting it, I felt like, oh, my painting looks more solid as to the color and the and then I wouldn't leave any traces of the canvas, like right behind the color. You won't see the traces of the tooth of the canvas. It's not showing. So I kind of like that, and the painting looks more um, expensive because of the paints that you use, the amounts of paint. I know we're not really encouraging wasting paints, but it's like getting a more high quality type of painting. Okay, I'm just gonna do some white there. Okay, just continue underpainting it with some gray color. Okay, you wanna leave some um, separation lines between the petals. You don't want to get lost when you do some detailing later. Okay, so I'm just retaining the white sketch that I did so that when I do the detailing later, you know, I don't have to redo the sketch again. I mean, redo the sketch just for me to be able to identify where the petals are. Okay. Right. Just great. Okay, just keep graying it. Okay. Just resizing my flower, making it more big because I want to occupy as much space as I can because we're only doing one flower, so I might as well occupy a bigger space for this tulip. Okay. All right, just like that. That will be the underpainting for the petals. We'll go back to that later to add some more details. All right. Now I want to color this area. So I'm going to wash my brush out and I'm going to get my, yeah, this time I'll be using my burnt sienna and green. Just a tiny bit of burnt sienna. We will not be using too much of that color today. So I'm going to get my burnt sienna and sap green just to tone the color down. You can use black actually. In fact, I'm going to use a tiny bit of black just to tone that green color. It's too green. And in nature, there's no such thing as super green, like highlight green. So I'm going to be using this color to color the stem of the tulip. This is an easy subject. Easy, but when it comes to making it looking dimensional and looking like um, with lots of light play, I think that really makes a difference. Okay, just like that. You can delete, or you can not delete, but you can paint over the sketch line that we did for the stem. You can already paint over that. We will be highlighting this area, but we will be using a different color. It's not just white. So it's up to you to just paint over it. All right, just like that. And we'll do the same thing on these leaves right here that you see. Okay. Okay. Just like that. Okay, just like that. Okay, and for this leaf, okay. Again, this is the underpainting. We will be doing more details here later. Since this is a simple subject, um, the difference will lie on the details that we do and the light. This will allow you to concentrate more on the subject than to stress out about doing the smallest details, especially in a busy type of painting. This is not a very busy painting. It's just a flower, but the details will make all the difference, I'm telling you. Okay, this is great. Okay, I'm gonna allow this area to dry. The leaves part. I think the flower, the petals part is already perfect for relayering. So I'm gonna wash my brush out. Great. Okay. Gonna wash my brush out. I'm gonna get my medium yellow, just a tiny bit. Okay. Gonna get my medium yellow, mix it with white. Okay. I'm gonna start doing some highlights, starting from the bottom or from the bottom of the flower. And you should always um, make your brush strokes follow a certain pattern. Don't just do horizontal and vertical, like randomly just scrubbing your paints. Also follow the shape of the flower, just like that. Okay, all the way up. Okay, so we're gonna start with some yellowish colors. Mhm. Just like that. Okay. Gonna highlight a little bit. And you know me and my finger painting style. I'm just gonna use my fingers. We will be using a tiny hint of blue later, so just get ready with your primary blue. The colors that I'm mentioning here will be listed in the description box below, so don't worry. Okay, now let's highlight the outermost areas of the tulip. All right, just like that. And some more highlights. I can hear some dogs barking. We're just gonna highlight the edge, okay? And then get some gray color just to separate some areas from the other petals. All right. And then let's do some more detailing. Okay. I'm going to water it down a bit just to add some folds. You know, these dark markings that we see, these are not really dark markings, these are folds. Okay. And then, oops, I'm going to get my black. Okay. And I'm just going to darken this part of the stem. Okay. We're starting to do some depth. Yeah, of course, we're going to go right here. Okay, and I think I ruined that one. I'm just going to clean that. Okay. And also here, I'm just going to clean it a bit. Let's get some yellow greens. I'm just going to use the same green that we use for the stem, only that I'll be yellowing it more. So I'm just adding some yellow color and a little bit of white just to highlight it a bit. And of course, fingers. Okay. Highlight the right side. And some highlights of yellow. Okay, just like that. And also here, some yellowy colors. Okay, and still gonna be using my yellow. And I'll be adding a little bit of burnt sienna to the yellow so that it's more of a toned down yellow. We're gonna yellow the bottom. Just like that. All right, just like that. Okay, a bit of yellowy colors. I'm just gonna water down the yellow color that I have here, and I'm gonna tap so that we create more natural looking stains. Okay, not just highlights of yellow, but markings. Okay, like that. Now I'm gonna get my blue because we'll be needing a little bit of blue. Just a tiny, tiny bit. I'm gonna get my blue and white. Okay, and then we're gonna highlight the left side of this stem. I know it doesn't make sense, right? Like why I'm using blue here. The reason why is that yellow, okay, I mean blue and yellow, they create green, okay? So it forms part of the light play. Again, right here on the left side. Mhm. And right here as well. Okay, now I'll be using again a little bit of blue, hints of blue somewhere, okay, like randomly. We will be using hints of blue here on the flower. This will really do the light play, okay? So you see, a white object is not absolutely white. It is composed, okay, of different colors that we ignore a lot of times because it's not the most dominant color. So when we see a white flower, we identify it as white flower. We don't really call it a white flower with a tinge of blue, with a tinge of yellow and all that. We don't normally do that. Not only is it a waste of time, but it's weird, you know, when you talk in the normal course of life, we don't normally do that. Okay, but when it comes to painting, when it comes to doing art, you should know the colors. Okay, that's my piece of advice. Just because we don't do that in real life, we cannot do that somewhere else. In art, we do it. I'm gonna do a watered down black color just to gray it even more, this part. Just gray. Let's create some more folds. Okay. Now I will get my pure white. Okay. I'm gonna get my pure white and I'm gonna go and relayer this part, highlighting it even more. Okay. Mhm. Again, some white. Right, just like that. Here, some watered down white, just to soften it. Soften the colors. Okay, and then some highlights. All right, just like that. Okay, again, some more white. Just along the edge. Okay, along the edge. Okay. Right, and then I'm going to highlight this side of the stem. Highlight it using the excess white that is already in my paintbrush. Then blue and black, just to tone down the highlight here a bit. So it's like bluish black color, not just pure blue as the highlight. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get the green color, mix it with black. I'm gonna darken it a bit. Okay, just like that. All right, let me check. Let me check. Okay, so the tulip, the white flower, is not yet the color that I want for this flower. Okay. We're gonna wait. Okay, now I'm gonna get my purple. So you can get your magenta. I'm just gonna get my magenta here. Just a tiny bit. Okay, we don't want too much of that color. I'm gonna mix it with white to make it more pink. Add tiny bit of blue to make it more purpley. Okay, again, magenta, blue, and white. And then let's add hints of purple along the edge of the tulip. Okay. Not too much, but it should be there. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get my white again. And just to brighten some areas. Okay. And then some yellowy colors. Okay. Let's further extend. Mm, right. Now I'll be using a smaller brush. I'll be getting my pure white and I'll be doing some details along the edge of the petals. Okay, using some tiny bits of dark green. I'm just gonna darken this side. And then some yellow green color, just to soften a bit. Okay. So you want to soften the lines that separate from the dark colors and the highlights. You just don't want those to be like strict lines or very hard lines. Soften it a bit by going in between. Mhm. I'm going to separate this part from the flower, just like that. All right, just like that. And then here comes the magic part. So I'll be glazing over the whole flower. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but I'll be glazing it using watered down pure white. I'll be using a huge brush so that we get larger coverage, okay? And I'm just gonna water down my white and start scrubbing. Again, we're not trying to paint over this, okay? Now I'm gonna get my towel. Okay, or maybe just get another brush just to soften everything. All right, and then we're gonna go back to detailing it. So I'm gonna get some gray colors. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm gonna fix this one because the glazing picked the color. Okay, that's so I'm gonna use pure white just to cover. It's not really covering it. Mahina. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I think you heard me mumble in Tagalog. Sorry, guys. I'm watching TV as well while actually painting. So, if any one of you has done that, watching TV while painting, hello and welcome to the club. That's why I'm reacting to the TV show that I'm watching while painting. I know it's weird, but I can move my eyes left and right. As you can see here, this is not a very friendly thing, this marking here. Let's make some dry brushing right up here. Just to soften everything. And then I'm just going to add a tiny bit of green details down here. And a little bit of yellow. Okay. Let's create some more folds. Let's see. Nice. I like the light. Okay, great, great. I just want to highlight even more. Okay. I'm just going to create some more gray colors right here. Use some markings. And then some light grays here and there. Light grays. I'm applying some watered down gray, okay, just to soften it. Okay, these are just the details on the flower, but we want to make sure that it's watered down so that it does not create that hard lines. We don't want that. Okay. I love it. Just gonna get again my yellow. I'm gonna combine yellow and green, okay, so that it's not super yellow. And we're gonna color the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna add tiny bit of burnt sienna to my yellow and green so that it's more of a almost orangey color. really making this area look more natural. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get my black. And of course, I'm just gonna clean, okay, some areas here. So just clean those areas that went outside the line or the sketch lines. Okay, I'm gonna apply a tiny bit of yellow. Right here on the right side. Right, you can hear my neighbors talking. I hope not. I hope you don't hear them, but I hear them. Okay. And with some gray, let's create some more lines down here. And some white. Okay, tiny bit of blue. Okay. Okay. Line. Okay. And then some more pure white because I'm obsessed with white. All right. Okay. Wow. This is nice. Oh my God. I love it. I'm going to apply some watered down white right here. I love this stuff. Oh my God. Okay, I really love this one. My God. Okay, let me just fix a little bit this part. I feel like this is a little bit weird looking. Okay, I'm gonna get my black. Let me just go and fix this, the shape of it. Yeah, like that. Let me see. This white is bothering me. All right. I really, really love this one. And just to give it a little bit of dimension, okay, just gonna apply a little bit of, that's too much. We just want to gray it. Okay. Not too much. You just want to make sure that it's grayed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I obviously overdid that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Soften, soften. Okay, great. And this part as well, you want to soften it. All right. And of course, you want to make sure that the petals are separated. So I'm just going to draw a very subtle line separating this petal from the petal just beside it. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, very small detail, but yeah, I love it. So, oh my God, I really like this one. Okay, and make sure that everything is soft. Just soften. If you see a hard line, okay, just soften it. Just go in between those, in between the colors, and you will be able to soften the color. All right, this is really good. I'm gonna sign this now because I'm starting to obsess. All right. I'm gonna use white definitely because we have a black canvas here. So I'm gonna sign right here, right here. Okay. So I hope you enjoy that one. That was really a minimalist type of painting, and I hope you enjoy your spring if you're experiencing spring in whatever place that you are. So I hope you enjoy that one, and I hope to see you in my next one. Please, if you're painting along with me, let me know in the comment section below. And if you painted along with me in the past, just let me know in the comment section below. And have a great day. Bye, guys. Love you.